Paralysis by analysis. That's what you get from the other guys, but not here, not now, and not ever. This is the Septa Baseball Insiders Show presented by BCWSA. A look deep inside the game from a former player's perspective. The Septa Baseball Insiders Show is brought to you by Dion Square, Septa, Pat Dion Beverage, Penn Community Bank, and BCWSA. Let's go live and get set for the Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazer and former pitcher from the '93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, welcome to Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA, live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park. There you go. I was hearing an echo of myself.
I was hearing two Brazers.
It's a little scary when I'm hearing two Brazers.
That sounds like you at a wedding reception or something.
I am one John Brazer, and joined by my co-host Tommy Greene. And Tommy, we are not out at Pass and Stowe, right?
No, sir.
We are at a very special. This is the CP Rankin Club. The CP Rankin Club was formerly the Diamond Club.
Yes.
And we were lucky enough to be joined by Craig Rankin.
The man himself.
The man himself. Craig, how you doing?
Doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
I love this new place where you have all the signage, right? And I know you have your spot right in the outside corner, right, with all your buddies. So yes. I know exactly when you say, here I'm at the game, I know where to go.
I haven't seen it yet, so I got to go.
Right outside at that little table right there.
Okay, well, now we know.
He is with his wife, Kristen. He's got Bryn
like the
here.
president's table,
Bryn's
right?
friend, Lucy, who was in front of the camera. She's not anymore. We got a very good show today, Tommy and Craig, because we've had a great week. We came into this week a little nervous. Still a little nervous, but still a little nervous because we were facing the Braves at Atlanta, right? And it was a big it's a big show me series because the Braves have had our number, and we got to show we had to show them that look,
exactly.
Be scared of us when we eventually are going to meet up.
Yeah, don't forget about us lowly Phillies over here.
Right.
They think they're up here. We showed them where
we
were right there. We should have, when they were here before, we had our chance to.
Yep.
We didn't lay down and they roll over us. They had they hit well and did whatever, but we were right there. We had our opportunity.
We came back, took 2 or 3,
we did.
And then the Mets come into town. Now the Mets, these teams that are out of it, especially some teams like the Mets that have, I know they lost Scherzer and they lost Verlander and they
those
lost some
teams
other
are
guys,
dangerous, though.
but they're dangerous because they have young guys that are playing for their own contracts, playing for their career.
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose. They can, there's no pressure.
They're
on
freewheeling it, a little
right.
bit. They're playing loose and having fun at it. Trying to have some fun at it because they don't have anything to play for other than their job next year. That's why they're not playing to win a championship or division or getting a wild card or anything like that.
So we are going for the sweep tonight.
The sweep tonight. But I wanted to say something. Maybe Chris, Irmer can vouch for this. This might be one of the best moods Brazer's ever been in. Coming in with a good week that the Phillies had. You got to understand, Craig. When he comes in and we've had like a 2-4 week. And we're talking golf. We're talking.
We've had to talk golf. We've had to talk lacrosse. We've had to talk like my Greece vacation. We've had to talk anything but baseball.
And Virginia, and the Cavaliers or something like that.
I can't even talk Virginia football because we might be the worst team in Division One right now.
It's a great school, though.
Right, it is a good school. All right, now Craig, let me ask you a question. On that note, again, Craig Rankin from CP Rankin. When you watch games, now you're here almost every night, right?
Yes.
Since you've kind of ramped up the sponsorship, have you become more of a fan or the same?
Absolutely more of a fan. How can't you be a fan now with this team?
Right.
Last year into this year, it's just exciting to watch.
Last year, again, we not snuck in, but we backed in. We're really getting that. I think it was a Monday, right, when we clinched.
Yeah.
And then we didn't. Then we were fine. But it was literally the third game before the end of the season before we clinched. So, but then we got hot, and next thing you know, steamroll through. This year's a little different. We, kind of got off to a slower start, but then we picked it up, got healthy. How are you feeling right now, Craig, as the Phillies are 1 week left in the season?
I'm very excited. Can't wait for October 3rd.
Well, and
he's watching them play. They make it exciting.
They do.
They tend to make it exciting.
Even when even if we barely hang on for a win,
hey, but we
it's
win.
Exciting.
We win.
We come back.
I like to be around Brazer during that time. Because he kind of gets that nervous. If you're watching it, when he starts pacing and start.
Yeah, right. Right.
You can hear it and you can feel it from him.
And Craig, playoff time, I'm a mess. I have my superstitious place that I watch the games, and I have all the people that call me during the regular season. Hey, John, come visit me. Hey, do this, do that. I literally tell everybody, I'm not seeing you. I'm going into my superstitious place, and I'm staying there.
Yeah, especially if they start playing well early, he won't move. I mean, he's there. He's done. He won't. He's very superstitious.
Well, let me tell you, I don't know if you guys heard the news, but the Braves right now, Charlie Morton was put on the DL. He's got a index finger inflammation. Now, Charlie Morton is their third pitcher. Really, he's the third pitcher because you got Strider, Fried, and then you got Charlie Morton.
And I guess Fried's on the
DL now.
Blister problems.
Fried's got blister problems, but Morton can't pitch in the division series unless someone gets hurt off the roster.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's probably out. And then again, you don't know what you're getting with Fried. And I was talking to we had a lot of the guys for the Scott Rowland Hall of Fame induction, which was great.
Yeah.
Friday night.
You got to tell me about that.
Yeah, we had a lot of guys: Rico Bronya, Wayne Gomes. We had Gary Bennett. We had Mike Grace, who we're going to have on later today. We had a lot of guys, and I was talking to Rico, and I was talking to Gary, and I said, what does that do for you, like when you're, because Gary was on the World Series winning Cardinals. And he said, I think the advantage of the teams that come in that have to play all the way through the end of the season, as opposed to teams that clinch early, then relax, and then now with the wild card the way it is, that the Braves aren't even going to be playing. They're going to be sitting on their duff watching us play the Diamondbacks or the Cubs, whoever we're going to play. And so you can't simulate a game in practice.
No.
You can't simulate that adrenaline and the rush. And they're going to be cold. Now all of a sudden they're starting to get a little injury problems. This might be lining up well for us.
We talked about it all last year, and you've watched enough baseball now. It's about getting hot at the right time, getting healthy and getting hot.
Healthy, yes.
And as we talked about it a ton last year, obviously when Bryce got hurt, and and some of our injuries we had is
well, remember Wheeler we didn't know what Wheeler's condition last year going into the.
It's all about getting. I said first of all we got to get healthy. And if we get healthy, we can do some damage.
Yep.
And that's been sorted a little bit what we went through a little bit this year with a little bit, but for the most part, we've had our big dogs playing, and so we've had that little bit extra. You didn't have to worry about that as much, but we've sort of had the injury bug in the bullpen.
Right.
Our main guys in the bullpen, the Alvarado, the Sir Anthony, guys that we got to hear this last week of season is huge.
Oh, yes.
For them to get pointed in the right direction and build that momentum a little bit.
Yeah, because
our confidence going into the postseason.
Our offense is not the problem. You're right. It's getting. Alvarado seems he had a really good outing the other day. Sir Anthony, even though the base was loaded with Alonso up and he struck him out, but he got out of it.
Yeah, he got out. That's still a positive thing. He didn't give it up.
Yep, it'll be because I think you're right. I think this last week, Thompson's going to see what the bullpen is looking like to see where he's setting up.
Yeah.
Because the interesting thing is, and Marty Bystrom came in and pitched 5 innings or 5.
Yeah.
He got 5 wins in September and then pitched in the playoffs. Well, this Kirkering guy who we drafted just the year before, and he's got his wipeout.
He's walked right up the minor league ladder.
And it's interesting because he doesn't walk people, and he's got a wipeout slider. They say,
and he throws hard.
Yes,
and he throws hard with a big time
wipeout slider. They say
Yeah.
So. It'll be interesting to see. He's going to be pitching at some point, and that'll be really interesting. Because all of a sudden, let's say if he does really well this last week, like where do you think if you're Rob Thompson, and you see this young kid, he hasn't pitched ever in the playoffs. He hadn't. This will be his first week in Major League Baseball. But what happens if he has like 4 really strong outings? Craig, would you trust him enough to put him in a big situation in the playoffs?
You have to give him
Why
a
not?
shot, I think. Why don't you?
Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the game's pitched the same way.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's still he's pitching in the big leagues for first time. And if he has success this week and does well, I mean, he's got over that hurdle. Why can't he do it up here? I mean, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, the show you get a little more excited and when you're in that big stage like that, but still, by the time you throw that first strike or whatever you're doing, it's back to 60 foot 6 inches and pitching like you did in high school and in the minor leagues again.
Got to play who's hot.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's the way it needs to go.
Well, and the other guy, Jeff Hoffman, he did give up a run the other day, but
he's pitched
Jeff
well
Hoffman's
the whole
been
time.
one of
man.
the best surprises of the year. I mean,
Yes,
Rojas
absolutely.
offensively, but now, that'd be great if he can keep it up. Especially you get the back of the bullpen, and you have Hoffman, and you have Sir Anthony. If you turn around, you got Kimbrel, And I guess he's still going to probably do the matchups and.
They're always going to match up, man. That's what they're going to do.
All right, Tommy, it is time now for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That's 1-866-PAY-EASY. How about this, right? Just to get a sense of how prolific the Phillies' power surge has been, here are the home run totals on August 1st compared to what it is now, okay? So check this out. On August 1st, Schwarber had 27 home runs. He has 45 now. So that wasn't too long ago, August 1st, right? So we went from 27 to 45. Castellanos had 14 home runs on August 1st. He now has 28, right? I think he has 28. Turner, 10 home runs, and now he's up to 26. That's the biggest leap as far as percentage. Real Muto, 12 to 20. Harper, he had 5 home runs on August 1st. He now has 20. And then Bohm had 10 home runs, and now he's at 19. So you look at those, 6 hitters, right? I mean, look at that surge. 27 to 45, 14 to 28, 10 to 26, 12 to 20, 5 to 20, and 10 to 19. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're kind of sitting fairly comfortably.
Okay, now look, what was our week? 5-2, or 5-1, or something like that.
Yeah,
we were this week.
Well, I'm not counting Sunday, but
7 days.
2 or 3 from the Braves.
But this is the last 7 days. While we were first in home runs.
Of the major league.
Okay, we were tied for 25th in the major leagues in average in hitting.
Huh.
So we were first,
right.
and we were tied for 5th with run scores. That shows you those right there.
How important
we hit some with men on that counted. So and our pitching was, you look at the pitching side of it, we were let me look, tied for 16th. We were 5-1 for the week with a 409. That we were great. We were just middle of the road, but the timely home runs. And it's easy to see why they did things. I mean, the numbers don't lie. What we do well, we were tied for first or first in steals.
Yep.
We're doing some little things, in pitching. How did we do that? They didn't walk with 16 guys. And the whole staff for the whole week.
And that's key.
So that's huge.
Yes,
so we're not giving runs away. So the numbers don't lie. They tell you what's happening. You might not hit the best all the time, but timely hitting and stuff like that, driving in runs when they're supposed to be, is huge.
So those numbers on the power surge, that was your Philly Smart Stat of the Week. Once again, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice of payroll services. Call them again at 1-866-PAY-EASY. All right, Craig, here with Craig Rankin, CP Rankin. Craig, who do you want to play in that first round, assuming we get the top spot? And this place is going to be electric, and I know you're going to be out at your favorite spot. Who do you want to play? Because right now, it's Diamondbacks is leading right now. Cubs are behind them, and Marlins are right there too. So it looks like right now we are the Cubs and Arizona are tied, exactly tied, and then Miami's only one back.
Yeah.
So who would you rather play, Arizona, Chicago, or Miami in that first round?
I'd like to play the Cubs, for sure, because I think we have good success against the Cubs, and Arizona scares me a little bit the way they're playing right now. They're getting hot.
Yep.
So
they do have 2 studs at the top.
Absolutely.
Zach Gallen and Kelly. And they got young guys, too, so that can go either way. One, that they're so young that they don't even know.
Well, it is. I mean, how many games we got left? You got a week's worth of games, so it's all depends. They had a bad week. You look at the Cubs are 3-7 in their last 10.
Right.
Arizona's 6-4. They went on that run when they won like 5 in a row, and they got on that roll. So it's all about that leap of going in. Who's hot and who's pitching hot. You remember back in 2011, we faced the Cardinals, and they got in, right?
Yep.
Who was hot? The Cardinals. Carpenter and them boys got hot. They shut us down, and we were the best offensive baseball, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So who gets hot? And those pitching matchups are huge because you're probably going to be facing the top of the cream of the crop.
Well, and if Miami somehow sneaks up there, the good news is their top 2 pitchers are out.
They got both hurt, right?
Yes.
Sandy Contra.
Yep. And then the other guy, the young guy who actually pitched well against us. So
the lefty?
Yeah.
I'll put our 9 up against anybody.
Yeah,
any day.
Yep, I agree, especially in this place.
Well,
yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
You do. I mean, that's the thing we always talked about. We talk about when we played the Braves and stuff. It comes down to pitching and defense. It's not giving away runs defensively, and the pitching just keeping you in the ball game. That way, the swing of the bat makes a difference.
So, what do you think about playing small ball?
I love small ball.
Well, I think we have the guys that play small ball, and we got obviously you saw Rojas lay down a bunt the other day. That was key.
Huge.
You're seeing guys. We have speed, obviously, so you can play small ball.
But we had a couple times.
Get him
we
over,
lost
get him
games.
in.
We lost games because we didn't have small. First and second, no outs.
Yep.
I don't
Don't
care
get
who's
him
coming up.
Don't get him over.
You hit into a double play.
Yep, we got to be better with that once playoffs come and when every run means everything. So you're right. Small ball has to be.
It's hard. I know the game's been played. It's played different now than it used to be. Even when I played, you get your middle of your order up. You got your 3, 4, 5 guys. You're not going to see those guys spare around.
Right.
But there's some guys that, the bunt is a huge thing.
Sure.
You get a runner in from third, less than 2 outs, instead of striking out,
Especially-
shorten up your swing, put the ball in play. Because we got enough team speed, unless we got Schwarber at third.
Right.
A ball in play, unless they're playing in, we score.
And especially in the playoffs where runs come at a premium. So, all right, coming up on the show, we're going to have Todd Zolecki. Todd Zolecki from MLB.com. He'll break down some of the playoff path and what the Phillies' chances are. You listen to the Septa Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. We are live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park.
The Humeville Inn on Trenton Road in nearby Humeville is your hometown craft beer and pub food establishment since 1997, with daily specials and the best place to catch every Phillies game this season. The Humeville Inn has been consistently named the best bar in the burbs. Check out our homemade food specials, changing weekly. The Humeville Inn, at the corner of Trenton and Humeville Roads in nearby Humeville. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram as well.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Penn Community Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your neighbors. That comes in handy when you're purchasing your first place, refinancing an existing mortgage, buying a second home or investment property, or looking to tap into your home's equity. Whatever your situation, we pair the latest products, services, and technology that you need with the experienced banking professionals you want. Visit penncommunitybank.com or stop by your local branch to find out how we can make your family's growth personal. Penn Community Bank. Here we are and here we grow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We now return to the Septa Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazer and former pitcher from the '93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to the Septa Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. We are live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park. It was great to get Craig Rankin on here, Tommy. We'll have to have him on more times.
Yes,
maybe during the playoffs, too. We do some playoff
awesome.
shows. I'm John Brazer, joined by co-host Tommy Greene. And Tommy, consider a career at Septa. Septa is hiring a variety of skilled trade positions, including mechanics, electricians, plumbers, masons, painters, carpenters, welders, millwrights, and more. As a Septa employee, you will earn competitive compensation and great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. And, we have a rotating cast of characters today, Tommy, and joining us right now from MLB.com.
Cast
we
of
got
character.
Todd Zolecki. Todd, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm good. We were just asking Craig some questions. We might have to ask you some of the other ones.
Yeah.
With a week going into this, is obviously we have a week left in the season.
Right.
The playoffs are starting to shape up. I think 3 is the magic number to get the top spot, especially since all the teams that we wanted to lose all won today.
Right.
Right. Cubs, Diamondbacks, and Marlins all won today. So 2 just for a playoff spot, but we win today.